Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. I'm MadMagical, and I have a special little treat for you today. We had a cool little event that was put together by Gina. I'll have her stream linked down below so that you can check her out. But it was something that she called the Lunar Nexus, or the Bunny Brawl. It was a really fun tournament, had a little twist on it. We had the Bebo Bugatti in the past. This one, the Bunny Brawl. I mean, if you can kind of guess already, it means that every team had to have Elluna on their squad. And there were a couple additional rules for this one that make it really unique that I liked a lot about it. One of which was where you have the typical every kill you get, not knock, every kill you get is a point. It adds in with that where every kill Elluna gets, it's 2 points instead of 1. So more points if your Elluna is the one getting the kills, which I think is really cool, especially with the support. There were some other additional ones that were more just kind of like housekeeping rules. Resurgence was on, but also there's one additional one. You couldn't have the new hunter, at least the new hunter at the time of this tournament, as Saros, or Saros, however you say his name, with Ghost, because there's a weird interaction with his portals, I guess. If Ghost used the arcane railgun with the portals, then for some reason the beam just got much bigger. So it was an unintended kind of thing that happened. And yeah, we didn't want to have that. You could play either of them, just not on the same team. But yeah, this was a really fun tournament. So the very first 2 games, it was just me. And then after that, Twin A hopped in to join with me, was able to join in and have some really fun casts. So I hope you enjoy everything. Check it out. So let's see. Let me go through our teams here because we have some fun names. So we got BFL, which is Bunnies for Life, is going to be playing. We have Bunny Protector Squad, BPS, Brawls in My Mouth, BYM. Probably going to stick to BYM. It's a little easier to say. Team Cat is Cat. First Eliminated Fell. Nutty is Nut. Elluna's Pocket Pals, or PP. Pineapple. Team Pineapple. Pine. Always got to get that pineapple in there. And then we also have Mentally Scarred, SCD. And lastly, we have Bun, which is Bunny Jang and the Gang. I like that one. They kind of changed that to that last minute. And it's great for the rhyming as we get a load up here onto the Sky Realms and we see where our circle is taking us. It is going to be a bit more on the northern side, but only slightly. Going from southwest up to about northeast, but not quite fully over the heart. I'm curious to see where teams are going to drop. Having our first team, actually it looks like 2 teams are going to be dropping at Coldfang. I think it's both Bun and PP that should be fighting over the control here, as Bun gets some of the experience pretty early on, and I think PP actually went, they went for the southern part of Coldfangs. There is going to be the fight between our squads, as PP, they're level 2, and they've got control of some of these camps behind them. But I'm looking at Mocha, having hit level 3, could look for a pull, but it's dangerous when your team's so far behind. A level 1 for Jang. And they're not in a position, but the grab onto the bunny themselves. They're looking for the dunk, but able to escape Q-Sync. Running into the wall, though. Hard to get away when you're put back to the wall, but still surviving. Those extra levels starting to pay dividends for PP as they've been able to kite away this entire time. No one took down the bunny. Instead, the bunny takes down Jang. And the bunny, Jang, and the gang now in a bad spot as 2 have been put into wisps. 1 will be a confirmed kill easily. The second one as well, while the rest of the Bun gang are out of there, but they are in the desert in hot pursuit. Elluna's Pocket Pals want to find Mocha, who is low, and with 15 seconds left on Resurgence, it is going to mean that it's all down to the Oath, who is able to escape in the desert. So they're not out of that one, but they are going to be battered and bruised when they get back. As we go to other parts of the Sky Realms, we see how everyone has been doing so far. And BFL been free farming, but Nutty are nearby, but with 3 levels separating the 2 teams, I doubt Nutty wanted to go for that fight at all, because this is going to be tough for them. Yeah, they are peeling back the moment they notice that. I think that's a wise call from them. And looking at where everyone else is, we see that Nutty have actually split up. They've decided to go for the solo XP routes, try to utilize that Resurgence. We have a lot of teams over here on the western side of the map. I'm surprised because Scavenger's Bay having some of the gold armors, I thought at least one of the teams would have maybe gone for that, but nobody really has. Instead, having opted to stay on the western half and just farm up there. Molten Fortress taken over by SCD. We see that Fell are nearby Kobayashi's. They could have hopped on the train, but the train is pretty south away from them. It's not really much for them to gain, but they've also hit that level 6. And with the patch and how it's kind of changed things, there are some of these caps now that they've put onto levels. Not full caps like before, where you can't get past a certain level mark, but soft caps, meaning that once you hit these breakpoints at the first day, you are capped at level 6, and then you receive 20% XP for all camps that you get outside of that. So it does take a lot longer to get level 7. You can on day 1 and night 1, but just a little bit harder. All the way over in the Fortress Ion Acres, Team Cat, we're feeling confident, but now First Eliminated are pushing up aggressively. They were looking for anything, but it is going to be the damage into the back line. No land on that pull from Hoff. Instead, they're trying to see if that rain of arrows is going to do a lot of damage to Cat. Lemur has been putting down some harass and making it difficult for them to step up. Having playing that new Hunter, but Half was looking for the angle. Cat have realized that no pull to connect, but with Kenneth taking a lot of damage, is going to be the pull. They finally get one. Aphios is going to be the first one taken down, as now the rest of the members of Cat try to see if they can separate Fel, but they might be able to get Aphios back on his feet, but there's a bomb connected on him, and Aphios into the wall. 2 gone for First Eliminated, Maddie and Aphios. So unfortunately for them, Fel will have to fall back, find other places to go, but gonna be difficult for them because we kind of look at what's going on around the rest of the map, and they were in a bad spot. Team Pineapple almost were in a position they could have punished them, but I believe it was enough of the rings for Fel to get away. So instead, Pineapple going to farm up. Yep, we see at the heart, that is where Fel are, but it's Resurgence. They don't have to worry too much about if they're gonna get the team back up. They will be coming back up, but we see another fight here, and this is our Jang and the gang fighting up against BFL. They're getting a burn damage and almost taken down, waiting for it, but Akushia was able to barely skirt danger. This bunny having a lot of damage and taking down Jang instead. Surprise, surprise. There's a swap away to make sure they can confirm the bunny kill. But with Toilet getting some of the damage and Akushia finally falling to Galaxy Gay Boy, putting up a lot of pressure. But you gotta hold on. The shield's about to break. You're getting away. Walmoka had a flick, but Nutty coming out of nowhere. We're looking for the angle with Toilet getting a nice shield, burning down some of the members, but it's still the turn around for BFL, chasing away the bunny gang and making sure Jang will not be getting back on his feet too easily. While there is still that resurgence you can play for a lot of these teams, they can get back up. We see another fight all the way over here that Scarred mentally and Team Cat were fighting, but Cat really getting the better end of this one, pushing them into the lava and eliminating our first team. SCD have been taken out early, right before night 1 ended, which is tragic because they could have almost gotten that last little resurgence off had it not been for that. But granted, I don't know if they would have been able to escape from there. Would have been difficult getting away from Team Cat. I mean, just look at who's on that team. Kenneth, Lemur, top players. We're back into Mana Coils now, and it's Pineapple's first time at a fight, and they're getting a lot of damage, but a lot was thrown back at their Oath, who barely gets away, and I'm looking at Spade. Spade having the gold armor, same with Hyde. Hyde on that Brawl, was able to take down Llama, and now they're looking for Akushia, but they're only getting so much damage, but they're going to make sure they can confirm the kill onto Llama. Well, I'm tired of finding the spike onto... Oh, no, it's Akushia who got spiked by Spade. I thought it was the other way around. The BFL, bunnies for life. Looks like those lives aren't going to matter too much longer because you are down to 1 remaining member. They want to give the bunny the kill, but Height was trying to chase that down. I'm tired getting good distance, but almost that explosive minion could have been a little bit disastrous for them. But I'm tired healing up on the tracks. The rest of Pineapple actually haven't gone for the play. Instead, they went up north. They recalled back into the Mana Coils, and they're actually putting up a fight up against BYM, who are denying PFL a different res, so Sparky couldn't get the team back up. But Pineapple want the fight against BYM and almost got it, but guess who's going to show up? BPS are on the other side. The spikes onto Team Pineapple as Pine's still on the respawn, but he couldn't stay there forever. Nearly sniped down, but finally found out as there's the BPS squad taking advantage of this fight, getting the knocks, nearly taking all down of BYM, but they're trying to heal up the best they can. Bebo's boombox helped them a lot, but another team has fell, show up to the foray. So many teams third-partying the scenario. BPS barely get away, but we see that BYM, they've gotten back on their feet. They lose the Oath, but 2 might be able to get away on the tracks. Well, Fel, hot in pursuit, have gotten the knock onto the bunny, and it's Palmu, the bunny of Fel, who eliminate 1 more team. BYM gone at 9th place. Fel, a team we saw earlier, struggle in that fight up against Team Cat. Now they are going to be very happy with the situation. Not only were they able to get these knocks, but getting the kills for Elluna. We talked about it before that Luna kills are worth more. Letting the bunny get the kills means you get more points in the long run. As Buddy Jing and the gang now find another fight, and this time it's up against Elluna's Pocket Pals, getting a good initial fight up against Lucavario on one side, but look at Afro on the other side. He's waiting to see if he can get Jing. The Thunder has struck, and they've got the knock on a toilet. They almost got the resets with the help of the Meteor Piece, helping get a lot of damage onto the Bun Gang. And they are gone, down to one member again, who's gone far, far away. Might have been able to escape from PP and friends. Mocha is going to be the one, but where can you go? That respawn beacon up here is defended. Another team can easily take that, but we go back over to Fell. They don't notice Llama. You gotta check those brushes, guys. But they don't, and Llama barely will be able to escape that. There are more teams kind of falling into position and might be able to find BFL's last remaining member. Well, we look at how Cat is doing. They're definitely looking pretty strong, but their gear is only so-so. Not nearly as strong as I would have expected it for a team that was able to farm up effectively, that got a good fight against Fell, but I guess that kind of shows how things have changed. But when you find a knock like that on to Bill, Bob, Phil, there we go. It makes it a little bit easier so they can confirm that kill pretty easily. Well, we do see Team Pineapple having regained their foothold back into the game, having escaped by just one member previously. Still going to be pretty confident. They were able to get Fell to go through this corrupted zone where it was the take onto that soul. I didn't see who got the soul for themselves, but I believe if we look at it, it's only the one soul. Yeah, it was over to PP. They were the team that was able to get it, but we see on the kill feed that PFL falling over to the world and actually going to die. I think they were outside of the storm, and that's how they died right there in that corrupted zone that we were talking about before. Tragedy for them, but more on the kill feed as Pineapple now pushing on to Fell, making sure that Fell have to go up through the Molten Fortress. While in the Molten Fortress, PP against Nutty. Miles trying to get away. Playing Saros, putting out the bomb. Only a little bit of damage on a Q-Sync. He's put the portals up because he is afraid of what might happen. Wants to get out for Nutty's sake. They have the revive on the other side. Might be able to get it, but we did see on that is going to be Cat collapsing. Making sure that Arig does not get Nutty back on their feet. So now only down to one. While Cat, slowly but surely, have been clawing their way up the ladder and looking a little bit more formidable after some of these fights. But PP, they were constantly pushing up, and we do see that Miles finally gets taken down. And another team, too. We have our BPS team getting eliminated at 6th place right off screen. As we have a lot of these teams kind of positioning and posturing, ready to fight. Right here, Bunny Jang and the gang looking down on Team Pineapple. Surprising for this team to make it this far, having had such a disastrous early game, getting punished so heavily. But that goes to show you the prevalence of these players, not only in like the scrims, but how well they can adapt to certain situations, even when put behind. They figure out how to get back into the game, what they need to do, how to farm up, and now they are in the top 5, but they got to be careful. Lightning does strike, and now they've got the damage. It's going to be the Thunderstorm. Looking to see if they get into the back line, but Cat are about to third party this. PP squad, they're running for the hills, trying to get away from this one because they have been sandwiched between two teams, and even Pineapple showing to get a little bit of the piece of the pie as they want to get the damage onto Elluna's Pocket Pals, but they got down Bun first, and now it's up to Sarah, who barely was able to hover wings away with Cat healing up. Water Drinker is there, but they're getting dashed away. Nice dodge. Getting back to the team. They put up the portals, but this isn't the portal you wanted to take if you were Pineapple because you already lost out on height, and now they're getting the damage onto you, but keeping them away from the lava. It's going to be trying to peel back. Almost were able to get the Rainbow. They got height back, and now Swin dashing his way into the fight, trying to see if they can get the knocked onto anybody, but not quite yet. But by himself, not really going to be able to find the spikes. Nobody was there to back up this brawl, being so aggressive. So Pineapple will fall back, allowing Cat to reset. Ooh. I do think that Pine is going to be tough for them. We have 5 teams still left and 15 players remaining, which means a couple crowns are going to be worn as Elluna Pocket Pals do find the knock onto one. Fios is going to be the target as Pamu tries to resurrect the team, has gotten the crown. brings back up a Fios, who might be able to get the Heart Piercer onto one. That's a lot of damage with the chains connecting, but there's the Heart Piercer to keep him away as they try to make sure this bunny is doing the damage, but it's going to be the resets instead for Elluna's Pocket Pals. All 5 are there, and a Fios, you can't get out of this one. That phase dash brings it right back over to the waiting arms of Elluna's Pocket Pals, and you are down to the one member who remains for the squad, who now, I don't know how you're going to do this if you're going to get the team back up. You have to somehow find that pick onto the crown, but Pineapple are playing aggressively. They're just trying to see if they can get their own crown popped at this moment because they got a minute and a time left. But instead, it's going to be the Bun Gang taken down by Luna's Pocket Pals with Lunavario trying to dash in. Another bomb's been laid by Cat. But Cat, third-partying so many of these fights, have now gotten a lot of goals. Now the armor is starting to favor them. While Huff has to remain on this crown that they just picked up. A long time on that to commit to. So Huff has got to pull off a hero play. 40 seconds on a height. Well, Cat pushing up, trying to deny that. They got Dylan, but not height. That's the one they need. But the spike on the other side for Elluna's Pocket Pals might have just helped them out while Huff still away from the rest of the squad. Cat couldn't actually find the pick onto height. He was able to get away, and he became a tree momentarily, maybe trying to play with the food a little bit. But now with 4 members chasing down height, they got 18 seconds remaining. You gotta survive through this all, and they are all chasing it down, looking for the knocks. The rings are there. He gets over the abyss, but 10 seconds, and look at the skate. That might have actually saved height, as we do see that Fell got taken out on the other side, with height momentarily surviving. 1 second, the team's back up. They're ready to boogie, but there's gonna be another knock on the height, taken down, having saved the team, but at what cost? They all gotta escape over the abyss, and they're giving up the life of Dylan so quickly. Down to 2 already. Might be down to 1, as Pine might be the only one left for the team. He'll take the geyser and get away. But down to 3 squads. Team Cat, the other one. They're able to get rid of first eliminated at 4th place. But now they have to deal with Elluna's Pocket Pals and the fact that Team Pineapple are not done. They can easily purchase one of those crowns if there's enough gold for Pine. I don't know if they have enough, but knowing that that is a possibility and looking where Pine is right now, trying to heal up a little bit in the forge for his armor, I'm curious to see how the teams are going to try to position. Cat want to keep this full squad away. That is the real threat. I'm surprised that Pine hasn't just gone for like any kind of other play. Just try to see if they can force the issue. Maybe get Cat up. Because PP at this moment have to take this long path away. Pine spotting him out the whole time. But he's just in the brush. I don't think anyone's going to get him. Oh, the rain of arrows. Dodged by Pine. I think he actually got away from some of the vision. So nobody knows that sneaky Zeph was all the way there. And that's why Cat peeled up north, ready to combat PP and make sure they're not going to take away the real estate that they have gained for themselves, this control that Cat have gotten over the game. You can even see that in some of the gear right now. 3 golds to 2, which, sure, it's not a huge lead, but it is something. Afro having that delicate disguise, I think, is going to be nice for PP. Jewel can really be dangerous, even with the nerfs that came in. A good player like Afro on that Hunter. Gonna still be able to find some incredible plays, some resets. I want to watch Pine here and what he's gonna do. And there's this lone Zeph. Like, how do you manage this one? Where are you gonna go? What is the play? Trying to be sneaky, and the teams have to know. I mean, you know there's 3 squads left. You don't know how many are left, but you know there's 3. And Pine, you can't get the death box revives here. No way. Okay, wait. That was a teleporter just used right there. So, PP going down this way. That actually might allow Pine to go for the death box revives if he has enough space. It is a possibility. Actually, I don't think those are his death boxes. Are they? No, I don't think they got that far. I had to think about it for a second. Oh, the spawn of the crown in a terrible spot, though, for Pine. Right in the middle of the 2 teams that are in a standoff. No way as Zeph you're going to be able to sneak into there. So, to me, it indicates that Pine did not have enough gold earlier when the shop was available to be able to buy one of those crowns. But now things just got dangerous. He's got to wait for them to maybe dash over, try to hear some of the fighting more south, and then go for that. But risky. Very, very risky for him. 3 remain. Actually, it's 3 remain over here on this island for BP. Well, Cat kind of having separated Kenneth as well, who's kind of seeing if he can scope out, spot where Pine is. Say, hey, is he over here? Maybe over there. This actually, now this might sound weird, but this might have just saved Pineapple. This might have saved Pine, because now that the circle is going that way, the teams are moving this way. And this is exactly why I thought it might possibly save him. That he can go for this crown, grab it, and maybe go for some spikes on the other side. We'll see what Pine is going to be able to accomplish here, but he's got to wait until the last minute. Another crown spawns in a terrible spot. Like I said, the one he wants is that one. He wants the one that was just in a bad spot for him a moment ago, because now suddenly there's a little bit more value, a little bit easier for him to snag, but PP are defending it pretty well. They know that that is the only hope for Pineapple to get back into this game, and so they're making sure that the Storm is pushing up first before they actually look for it. And Pine, was he spotted out there? I think he was. I do think that PP know he's there, but they can't fully commit for it. They have to keep their eyes behind them, looking at where Cat is. But yeah, they did definitely spot out that Pine was there. And that is why immediately, once he shows his face, even with the second win into the Storm, he gets spiked. But this is just giving Cat the opportunity to strike and pounce onto PP. And they are down to Sarah, who uses the chilling finale with the crown they just picked up that could have been for Pineapple. But it's all Cat to take game one. Alrighty, now for game two, and wow, what a Western drop here. Our circle was over here before, and now we are having the full drop over here, while the gold is all the way in gridlock on the other side. Man, even looking at how the train is right now, no one's going to be able to hop aboard that to try to get a better position to the other side. I'm curious to see how teams are going to drop if right now we only have 3 teams, 4 teams, 5 teams. 6 teams. So, we had a decent amount. Okay, they went for late drops. I was kind of looking at where they were going to drop, and a lot of them were waiting as well to see where other teams were going to drop. We have 2 that are in contention. Our second place team of Elluna's Pocket Pals and Nutty. Now, Nutty, if you don't know, back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean like a month ago, they really like to go for this drop all the way up north here. This was one of their favorite plays to go for, was Dawn Caps every single game, trying to get a lot of that loot. And they did that pretty much every scrim I ever saw them for. Oh, but Clap, a little bit too far on that play. Only level 3 against so many members of PP will give up their own life. So unfortunately, Clap, Miss Elluna was not able to escape from the danger they found themselves in. But Resurgence is online, so they will be fine, be able to get them back up. They'll be doing A-okay. And now we see how other teams are. I actually do see that Pine losing height early on. Fell, getting a nice kill on that one. I don't know if they were able to confirm the kill or not. I did not see on that one. But still getting a lot of pressure back onto Pine, kind of forcing him down into Skyrat's run. We have a possible fight. Team Cat first place in game 1. Up against BFL, Bunnies for life. Both of them are fairly even on XP. Not quite so when it comes to the gear. We see a lot of the basic gear for BFL. Haven't gotten themselves a base camp just yet. While we look over in Ion Acres, BPS, they've been able to at least get themselves in a decent position. Taking control of Ion Acres, getting 1 blue armor, which will be nice for them. But so far, tame early game. Looking at our souls, armor soul and damage soul. Last time we only had the 1 soul, very rare roll. But this time we are going to have 2 that are on the table for anyone to grab. Seeing how teams are going to position later on. It is unstable portals that is the storm shift for this one. We see here, wow. Uncontested, Cat getting the gold armor all the way over in Gridlock. They booked it all the way there, were able to grab that for themselves, and now they are going to be sitting pretty. They want to look for some early fights if they can. Speaking of looking for some fights, Bun trying to bait Pine into this one. Mocha was nearby. Definitely was trying to get them over the tracks and say, hey, play over here. We want to get that drop, but unfortunately does get stolen away by Team Pine with BFL showing up. So Buddy Jang and the gang gonna struggle early. They struggled early in game 1, but they were able to make it into the top 5 previously. But now they are looking for a little bit more of the action. We're able to get a lot of damage in from Galaxy Gameboy, but Galaxy Gameboy with a broken shield is gonna be tough until you have the flame shield like that, starting to burn down BFL, but not finding any spikes just yet. And a broken shield for Galaxy Gameboy, trying to pull him back in, but they actually pull him all the way onto the train. Mocha, I don't know how you're able to rescue your team, and now with the dunk, trying to make sure that Nutty cannot take that away, but Galaxy Gameboy still on the train. Not enough time to resurrect the oath. Denied by Nutty. Unfortunate for Bunny Jang and the gang. I thought for sure they were going to be able to get that one. Mocha, there was a great play with that pull, but unfortunately not enough. And now they're in trouble because they are getting third-partied by 2 squads and taken out. Both Jang and Kingpin are gone, but now Nutty have to deal with this team. BFL on this lone island. Make sure to confirm the kill on Jang. Pokeball sent out with a Bebo bomb, doing a little bit of damage to I'm Tired. But they are on a thick part of land, and they're getting damaged. Singularity barely missing Clap. Clap was able to get back to safety. While Nutty still playing aggressively, posturing and looking for these B-bombs from the other side. But keep in mind that Bunny Jang and the gang were not out. The Resurgence still there, and they're ready to rumble once more. They could look for the pull, but everyone from Nutty was able to get back towards Prisma Falls. They'll survive, but instead, Bunny now looking to see if they can take down the team that had ruined their own party in BFL, the Bunny Protector Squad. Not the Bunnies for Life, sorry. BPS is Bunny Protector Squad. BFL is Bunnies for Life. But they will all scatter. A little bit worried now because a lot of them were battered and bruised and almost had to deal with a bigger fish in Cat. This team with all gold armor already into the game is going to be difficult for a lot of these teams to deal with early. And where some of these are, now that Resurgence has ended, a lot of the teams up north going to start having path down south. As Fell now deal with BFL, who decide, instead of bullying the Bunny Jang and the gang squad, are going to try to see if they can take on Fell. But it's only 3 members of Fell here. They don't have the full squad, yet they still take down Llama. Should be able to resurrect that Wisp regardless, with Natty taking a lot of damage. But it is going to be somehow half getting into the back line. And with the slam down, BFL struggle to get away. All down to Sparky. Void hopping over the jellyfish. But Maddie is in pursuit and looking to see if they can get Sparky. But that is going to be a nice little jump over that thick wall. Has gotten great distance away. But I'm wondering where you go from there to save your team, get them back on their feet. As we go over to the first Meteor Beast that has been taken by Cat. They're right now just playing the farming game, but a nice pull, a nice dunk as well. Gonna at least take down Kenneth. Not able to get the Abyssal Breaker in time, and with that corrupted zone, 1 kill confirmed. Cat can path up north. There's a lot of respawn beacons for them to utilize. But losing one of their gold armors, at least gonna make it a little bit difficult. Not fully. They still have 3. They're still going to be quite strong, while all the other teams are still on the poverty run. Even looking at some of their items, some of their powers, only a couple teams doing really well. BYM being one of those teams, having at least gotten themselves that Bebo's boombox earlier. But PP, Fight, try to see if they can take down the Bunny Protector Squad. They've split them up, so Velvety Average, wow, Velvety Average, there we go. Is going to be targeted down and taken out. They still have a couple members left for BPS. Not quite down. And even looking at PP. Again, looking at how a lot of these teams are playing. Not really getting the powers they need in some of these games. Struggling at the moment. Especially with some of the changes. The Guardians no longer having some of those powers. We actually do see that not everyone's got full powers like before. Where every single team, every player usually would have the 2 right away. Now seeing it's a little bit more difficult to actually get all those items up. As Mocha barely missing the pull. Krillo, very well accustomed to playing Kingpin. Gonna be difficult to actually find the pulls onto them. But now it's gonna be Areg who is looking for their own pull. I'm looking at Krillo, though, on this Bebo. He was looking for a home run baseball bat, but Bun were able to get back to safety and Skyrant's run. See on the kill feed that Fel are beating BFL. Still on the cusp of a fight over there, but we have to look at this one because Fel are down to 3 members. No, they have the 4th behind them, and somehow Maddie was able to get away, but no pull. It's going to be purely a spike on a Lucavario instead with the heals for Fel as they chase away PP and make sure they're not going to continue that fight at all. But every team is still up. BYM, though, they might be taken out, and just as I say that every team was up, BYM going to be our first team eliminated, while PP now wearing a crown, trying to force the fight in from Fel. They've got the high ground, and Fel are still chasing. They were looking for the spike, but Q-Sync just out of reach from half. So not taken out of the equation just yet, but still have that crown to deal with and quite some time to kill. As our teams are moving down south into Skyrat's run where the unstable portals are. Can get a little bit dangerous. Do you actually want to go for that? Go all the way up north, and Pine taking on the first place squad. They push them into the corrupted zone, and now down to only the 1 lemur. Saros can try to defend the team, but the hunt is there from Height, eliminating Cat at 9th. Pine, they saw the prize, they saw the gold, and they wanted to cash in. So they'll be very happy with that play, and that's going to put them at the top of the totem pole now. I still see them fighting, yeah. SCD this time. They run into Pine, and I feel like at this point, it is Pine cashing in on everything. They've gotten both souls. They've gotten golds. They're getting these kills. The squad wipes. No team seems to be able to topple them at the moment. But you never know how things are going to change in Super 5. Things can change at a moment's notice. As Areg was looking for a pull, but so were Bun. With both teams having missed theirs, they're just going to allow the other to escape. No one wanting to start it off just yet, especially looking at where the circle is with the unstable portals. Not a lot of real estate to play with. So as these teams are pushing in, that's when they're going to have to fight. Sparky puts out the singularity, but it's going to be the slam down to deny any damage. As BPS does die on the kill feed to Fel. You see BFL try to run away. They have scattered. They've split up their Celeste and Elluna. I'm looking at where the respawn beacons are. There is going to be one that can be played for by Llama. You can go straight for that. There is a little bit of the corrupted zone that you have to worry about, but we see that Nutty are now down to just 1 outside of the zone, while Pineapple have pushed for the play on Elluna's Pocket Pals. Broken shield onto Dylan. Pine not able to get the damage. The resets from Afro. He's looking for the lightning strike, but he's 3 levels down to the Zeph. And that's what you got to deal with because Bun are on the other side. They're third partying it as Elluna's Pocket Pals now scattered, trying to get away. Same with Height. Not wanting to deal with Bun third partying the fight and having that respawn on the other side. They're going for the TP away while Height does everything possible to survive. Gonna keep some of the golds. Even right here, we see that Zeph now 4 levels up. Fine. It's scary on that Zeph having the legendaries and exotics. Really difficult to actually do much about him at this point, especially being level 15. But gotta make sure that you're getting the whole team up. Even if you have those level leads as Pine, now having themselves down to 2 is gonna be difficult. I'm looking at where any crowns are, what they can play for. They have put down the 2-way teleporter. So if they need a way to escape, they can. And they've got a Bebo's boombox as well. So it gives a little bit of extra safety to Pineapple. And they have picked up that crown. They are a dangerous team to actually go for. I think both Pine and Hyde are level 15. As we see on the kill feed, Nutty, you get the first kill on a Galaxy Gay Boy. They have that respawn beacon covered and defended. They could go for that. Actually, did they use that one already? I'm not sure because they have picked up the crown. No, they haven't. So they have Miles on it, but they also have the crown just in case it gets interrupted because here's Pine trying to interrupt that, making sure it's not going to be so easy, but they can tonk away. Miles might be the sacrificial lamb, but he puts up the emergency platform in the nick of time. Hover Wings tries to get away, but Miles might be outplaying this one. Both of them playing with the elevation, but where can you go as Miles? Not really any safety, but the emergency penguin from Krillo saving Nutty. But we see that the respawn beacon for Pineapple is also there. They are alive, they're healthy, they're ready to rumble once more. But Elluna's PP squad, they're gone. And now we are down to 5 squads. Buddy Jang and the gang being one of them. Again, having a rough early game, but making it into the top 5. They're not even ratting it either. They are just honestly playing and making sure that they are fighting their way through it. While we see that Pine, speaking about fighting their way through it, taking down bunnies for life. We're down to 1 member as well. Getting rough, and we know Nutty are over the abyss, playing with that Bebo Zeep emergency penguin platform that you can make all the way out here. But you got 30 seconds remaining. BFL have been taken out. We're down to 4 squads, and one of them is Pineapple. The strongest squad right now, just with gear and looking at how Falcon to possibly topple them. It's got to be from a pick. They've got to make sure they're taking down one of these important members. Maybe even look to see if they take down Pine first. That Zeph is scary. Same with that Brawl. 15s for both of them. Spade, Dylan, 11, 10, not nearly as threatening. If you can remove the 15s, that's going to be your way to win. Nutty barely were able to get inside the circle. They've got the crown to pop, so they are alive. All 4 teams meeting at Skyrat's Run. Fell in the north. Bun in the west. Pine in the east. And the south is Nutty. Each of them in a stare down. Neither of them wanting to push up just yet. It's going to be rough for Nutty. They have gotten their base camp placed down, so it will give them a little bit more time. They don't have any real estate to work with, as Mocha was looking for a pull onto them, but unable to find it. Nutty are doing a good job. Arg is also looking for a pull. Same kind of maneuver. If they can land it onto Pine, that's going to be a huge XP spike for the entirety of Nutty to get them back into the game. But slowly, they actually push their way towards this little island all the way over here in the south. And already having a spike wall kind of gives them a little bit to work with, especially if they're able to land one of these pulls. That's why Arg constantly moving forward. But a nice bright shield. Completely spotting that one out. Good reaction time. Expected from Galaxy Gay Boy. Very good player. Even just keeping the bright shield up. Just like, yeah, we don't have to worry about that. They can get rid of that shield and allow Arig to have that pull. Could set up these fights initially. But no one wants to start it off just yet. Nutty are just hoping that they can get a pull. That's really their win condition. Also, these home run baseball bats that you're seeing from Krello as he's sending the B-bombs and looking for any poke, it's trying to get rid of that shield from Galaxy Gay Boy, who doesn't have an actual shield, and that's why they're playing aggressively now. But the Tonk from Krello trying to separate the fight. He's gotten away, but Nutty had to go back to the space camp that they set over the abyss, and they are no longer with their Peebo. Missing the pull, though, might actually save Krello's life. He's trying to get back with the emergency Z, but here comes Jang trying to chase it down, but still more of the platforms, keeping him alive, looking for the pulls, but nobody is landed yet. Still Nutty survive over the abyss, and nobody threatening that yet. Fell didn't even go for that. Instead, Pine wanted to see if they could actually push up onto Bun, and it's given some time to Fell to push on the other side. And there's a good situation where Pine gets sandwiched between the 2 teams, but instead they realize that Fell are there, and they go for the fight. They push them back all the way to the storm, getting the knocks onto 2 while they pick up 1, trying to make sure this Elluna can revive 1 and keep Fell alive. But it is going to be difficult for them at the moment. Same with Nutty pushing in onto Pine, but a little bit too late. No team fully able to punish how Pineapple were positioned on that one, even with them pushing for the fight. But we did get 1 knock on one side, with Nutty slowly but surely getting better form and better land to deal with. So now they actually have a stronger position to fight up against Pineapple with. As Pineapple have gotten themselves kind of pushed into a spot, they're going to be really safe right now. Nutty kind of taking the spot that Pineapple had before, not nearly as safe. Can get flanked by Fell or Bun, but because both of those teams did have 1 member go down, actually, I think it was only 2 members of Fell. Yeah, it was 2 members of Fell. Bun didn't have anyone fall. They just haven't gotten that position for a fight just yet. They're waiting to see what they can do. I'm more surprised at how these teams are playing a lot more passively. Pine right there did try to pull the trigger, but knowing that there are 2 other teams, not just 1 team, but 2 other teams that could third party, that's why they're playing a little bit more timidly. And they want the teams to fight into them. Well, Palmu, oh, tragedy right there. No real escape, no way to get to that crown. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to go right through the front door, see if they can grab the crown and get away. But on the grind rails, Bunny, Jang, and the gang are struggling on how they're going to get away from this one, while Nutty are looking for the baseball bat home runs to see if they can get anything onto Pineapple, but Pineapple still defending. You see that Afios is on the other side, and he can't get to the crown either. They can eliminate another team, but he's up on the emergency platform with that penguin, but Bun take him out. Now Pine go for the strike, try to see if they can get the damage, but the Bebo boombox keeps him alive. The pull back, no dunk, but still the damage. Pine survives. They throw it back at Bun, gang, and squad, and now it's going to push in from Nutty, getting the spikes on the other side, while 3 survive for Pine. Nutty with a Vortex Charm landing on to 2. I thought they might have been punished for it, but instead they will survive. It's going to be a TP behind them. Pine could go for the play and see if he can outplay this one, but instead they are just playing mind games. They have been split up too much to really look for this play, and they are down to 2 members, but they have a crown for height. The 2 members I was talking about before, the level 15s for Pine, are the ones that still survive. So no catch-up XP was gained by Bun or by Nutty that would have actually made those picks worth it. It's going to be difficult to take down a Zeph and a Brawl as we see this Felix try to go through, and unfortunately for Jang, couldn't get past. And same there with a nice use of that dash from Toilet, but now with so low of health, you've got to find a spike somehow onto Height, but Height says, no way, Jose. We're taking down the squad, and Pineapple, we're back here to rumble. They're looking for the Vortex Charms. The bull not landing from Arig, but Pineapple are now skating behind, and they've got control of the circle. As Nutty are still struggling on how to keep up with Pineapple. Right there, it seemed like for a second, they had the momentum going their way. They had gotten the picks, but unfortunately, it wasn't on to the members they needed most to take out these strong members such as Pineapple and Height, because right now, those are impossible to take down. That's why we're seeing how, right, even how Pineapple are playing. Yes, you want to get the kills for the Elluna, but Spade is more than happy with just buffing up Height and letting this Brawl go off. And same with Dylan, being the oath that can kind of facilitate Brawl and facilitate how he can play. Plus, we already know that Pine really gifted mechanically, knowing how to escape a lot of dangerous scenarios many, many times over. As Pineapple have pushed into the scrapyard and are, even with their backs against the wall, still pushing pretty aggressively, but a nice B-bomb connects on a Height, but too many heals will keep him alive. He tries to dash back in. They're trying to go for the spike. Second win, pushing back, but it's going to be the Tong, taking him away out of the circle, getting a little bit of damage, but not enough to be able to take him away as Arig tries to pull back, but no pulls. Instead, the slam down from Clap, but Clap's in a bad spot. He has to get back with the rest of the team. Nutty taken pretty low, but they're still alive. Same with Pine. So much used by both teams, but no one dies. Arig realizing Pine was alone, but Krillo's gone, and now you're down to 1. Then you have to deal with the fact that there's 4 against 3, but they were able to still resurrect Krillo regardless. That's the nice thing about having that bunny. But they're still alive, and these pulls that Arig keeps sending out, not able to find the targets. Pineapple still in the scrapyard and still more than confident with how they're able to play into this one. I'm looking for some of these B-bombs. Uh-oh, unfortunately for the B-bomb. The B-bombs can ride the grind the rails as well. So I was able to just take that away, not actually going to get the damage it needs to. So it is a really rough spot for Nutty to find themselves in on how you can kind of play back against Pine. And seeing how the circle keeps that grind rail right in the middle, that alone, that grind rail is absolutely destroying Nutty. Because now, one of their 2 plays, which is the Bebo bomb doing a lot of damage and forcing out these cooldowns from Pine, is pretty much gone. The only way you're really going to make this work is if you utilize the bomb with the Tonk combo, or you go past the grind rail to try to throw down a B-bomb. That's going to be the big play. But instead, Pine, realizing that Krillo pushed up a little bit too far, were able to make the play. They push him back, but they went out into the storm, riding the grails, and that's going to be bad for them because I took a little bit too much damage, but still, everyone's out into the storm, and now they're flip away, but Height survives as Krillo is trying his best to see if he can play with the aggro, but Nutty could not defeat Pine. They were way too strong in this game, gifted everything to take game 2. Hey guys, I'm just hopping in here. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to quickly say that this is, I guess, an ad. Not really, though, because this is not a sponsored thing. This is just me kind of trying to plug this in here. If you wouldn't mind, if you could check out my wife's Etsy shop, she has her art that she's been posting on there. I'm going to have the QR code as well as a link down below so you can check that out. If you're able to, it would mean a lot to me and to her. But let's get back to the video. 4 teams dropping at Scavenger's Bay. So we are about to have quite the hot drop here over the golds that are at your first drop possible, which is kind of the tech that we've seen from a lot of teams too, is especially like you look at a team like Gap, who really like to drop immediately no matter what, to try to get that experience really quickly. It's going to be a little bit different now because the changes to XP and having that soft capped as given out earlier on, so not going to be quite as commanding as it used to be, where you want to get these early levels and could get to like level 9 by the end of night 1. But still, to see so many teams already dropping here is quite wild.
No, you're absolutely right. And I love it because most of these top players will tell you the same thing. You don't want to do level 1 fights. It's not worth it. And yet, in spite of that, now with the soft cap being back on the levels, it's incentivizing teams to say, okay, you don't always want to fight, but if it presents itself to you, we're going to scrap. We're going to have a tiff. We're going to ball. And I'm here for it. Trey!
Oh, no. Jang as well getting caught out. So the gang down their leader, while Nutty are pushing onto the position of Elluna's Pocket Pals and are looking to see if they can get the knock with the B-bomb connecting. Not finding it, actually. The zap away from Afro. Hopping aboard the train. Elluna's Pocket Squad are out of there.
As we say, the train giveth, the train taketh away. And in this case, the train giveth an escape option for Luna's Pocket Pals right in a nick of time. Lucky for them, that bad fight could have gone a lot worse if not for that wonderful option of train.
I mean, couldn't ask for something better or luckier for PP right there. Afro was by all rights dead, but not only was able to get to that little portal to zip away that extra distance from the B-bomb, but then getting that extra bit of distance to land on the train right as it was passing by. Perfect for them. That will survive. And yes, it is early into the game. They were likely to still survive regardless, but not going to give that early advantage that could have been gained by Nutty early on.
Exactly. And you mentioned the word luck. I posted this in chat earlier. I don't know if you saw it, but there's an old quote that says, the harder I work, the luckier I get. That's one of those that I like to think they positioned themselves accordingly. They saw it going south and they knew they had that escape option if they needed it. A little bit of luck, a lot of bit of skill, and however the rest of that song goes, 10% luck.
Yeah. What is it? 10% luck?
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will.
5% pleasure, 50%
pain.
Yeah,
and 100% reason to remember Pine's name. And surely they have the targets on their back this match, having won the last one, eliminating Cat, who, if I'm not mistaken, won the first game. Yep. So you have to assume that they're in first place right now in terms of overall points. So you got to wonder, is anybody, especially Cat, going to go after them?
But the thing is, you could look at a team like Fel, who actually have gotten a lot of kills, not just knocks, but kills for Palmu on Elluna. And they've been able to get pretty decent placements too. But the double kills for Elluna, I think it's going to be something that really is going to start turning around a lot of these scores and make it a lot different than people are expecting initially. Because you're just looking at the regular scores, you're like, okay, that's fine. But when you're getting your Elluna to be the one that's actually getting the kills, so the Battle Bunny really living up to that name and going for every brawl possible. Like right here, having Clap chase away Pine. If Clap's able to get these kills, that's going to be a lot of extra points for Nutty.
Absolutely true. And I do like the idea of teams trying to position kills around an Elluna securing it. If an Elluna can just get the last hit, that would be, like we talked about, a snowball effect. That extra point adds up over time. And just like we saw in the previous tournament, some of these matches can be 1 or 2 kill point like determining factors. So having your Elluna secure it over, let's say, your Brawl could be the make or break difference in positioning and in points in this.
And I'm glad we're going over to BFL, because I was kind of wondering, right now they are positioned with the Storm to their backs and they have that base camp, so they know Fel are north of them. And with the fight already going between them and BYM, I'm surprised BFL haven't tried to see if they can push into the fight as well to try to third party Fel, but Fel Already getting the first casualty, taking down one, and looking for Benny Gold, who put up the shield, but the shield is going to be broken soon, and now BFL are striking, trying to take down the Oath. They get one, Akushia, now hiding back the best they can, nearly blinking away, but the chase down from Fell, taking away one Shiv, but now Sparky having to swap away. They've got 15 seconds until Resurgence will bring back Shiv and give him another chance to fight Fell.
You gotta wonder if BFL right there just had some miscommunication, because two of them broke off to chase a fourth team who I think it was that Jewel that we're seeing on the left-hand side. So when they had the perfect opportunity to just pincer and get a chokehold on Fell, it was only two of them there fighting against four very strong players, and it just all collapsed underneath them. I consider that a misstep.
Ooh, but I see that PP and Nutty are potentially fighting in the north, getting a couple of recalls, but not actually going for any full commits. And seeing at how some of these powers are going for this game, this is something I was talking about before, Twin. I'm curious to get your thoughts on it as well. With the change to not having Guardians give out powers anymore, there's a significant drop in how many powers we actually see from a lot of the players in general. You see many of the teams, in fact, only having like two, maybe no power, like one power across the board for them if they're lucky. Some teams only have one per player.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think I just saw Height right there only had a vamp. I can't think what it's called, but it's one of the gray powers. Vamp rune, thank you. Couldn't think of rune for some reason. And I will get back to that in a minute. As speaking of Height, he drops Q-Sync.
Take it away, one Elluna. That's going to be nice for them. So that should be a kill confirmed with the help of the Storm. As unfortunately for PP, they are now on the run, going the wrong way. But we see on the kill feed as well, Afias was able to take down one. Still fighting against BFL, who tried to push up, but they have gotten control. They were able to get a nice singularity to land on a hat. But look at Cat. Cat can third party this. They heard the fight. They want to be a part of it. They're sending out the base camp to get a little bit of vision. While there's going to be Akushia trying to see if they can get the knockdown to Fell, but Fell are still alive. The push back, and now Lemur, he was in trouble for a second, but he was able to get away. Fell have even fallen back and gotten themselves to safety despite losing some of their members. BFL are looking for a potential fight up against Cat, but it is going to be difficult. Same with Fell. They are still looking to see if they can rejoin the situation, take down some of these members, and maybe be able to resurrect their fallen brethren. But instead, Cat have to deal with BFL, who are trying to get away from them with Abyssal Breaker, and it almost was able to find the knock, but with how low Kenneth got, they could dash back into this. They denied. I'm tired from having that chance. So no chilling finale, and now they've healed back up Kenneth, and Llama taking a lot of damage, but they've gotten I'm tired back on their feet. 4 strong for both teams. But the bungee shot pulling back in Sparky, who has to swap away. But Palm was on the other side, and he was trying to get the spike onto one of them, unable to take down the Void. So close, though, and with 3 teams still ready to fight it out. Cat now pushing back against BFL once more, realizing that Fell are nearby, so they don't want to continue the chase.
Mistook. Pamu there trying to get the sneakiest 2 KP for his team, just waiting over the abyss. Great glide, just concentration right there to not get spiked by that Elluna. That could not have been easy. Great job all around from everybody. Actually, I'm surprised no team was eliminated right there. As 3 teams butting heads, knowing when to disengage. Lemur getting kind of caught out early, despite the good third party kind of positioning. Backed up, somebody threw out the crying emotes hot. Just wonderful from everybody to know when they were at their limits and to back up. And speaking of third parties, Fell's surrounded.
That's the pull you needed to land, but not able to get the spike. Instead, Palmu's the one getting spiked. Well, they do trade it back on Akushia. 1 for 1. This gives Cat an opportunity, but they got to use the rings to be able to get into a better position, and they're now forcing back Fell away from their fallen brethren. They cannot get their bunny back in the game.
No, they cannot. And even though Cat was right there back against the Storm, Fell was just in such an unfortunate position that they had to concede the space to Cat. Speaking of unfortunate position.
Oh no. Hi boy taken down by Joaquin Felix. BYM not done. Unfortunately, no crown for the team. Well, it doesn't even need it because the team's all north, but still Nutty are the team they have to worry about as Cat have pushed in on to CSD, and CSD unfortunately again are eliminated early into this round with Cat continuing the pressure, but the pull from our ring with a slam down and in the bog, it's hard to get away, but somehow was able to do so momentarily. But now that BYM are pushing onto Cat, they've landed the chains and they realize that their armor has been dented and they are looking to see if they can take him down, but no pull from our ring that time around. There are constantly these 3-team fights that Cat find themselves in over and over again, and they're not even the same teams each time.
Here comes Nutty! Here comes Nutty!
Wait a
Nutty
minute.
surrounding BYM with Cat approaching from the south, Nutty from the north, and BFL to the east. What is BYM going to do? They have no choice but to run right here, and Cat is absolutely just trying to cut off those escape options. And speaking of Nutty, they're still fighting BYM a little up to the north.
Jirasaka does get taken down while the crown being worn by I'm Tired, not able to help out Llama, instead making the play for the late game, trying to get the team resurged and back onto the map.
Pink and green are fighting off to the east. I'm sure we're going to see a drop. Like you said, this is just fight after fight after fight. I love these tournament setups where there are not many matches, so you need to be aggressive and get those points. Ratting is not an option in this setup, and these teams are demonstrating it. I do want to get back to that powers conversation when we get a chance, but these teams are not giving us that opportunity because they just want to brawl, and I am absolutely here for it. They're even fighting over these little creeps.
Yeah, fighting over every opportunity, every little bit of experience. This time in Academy with a pull landing onto BPS, losing their own Shiv. But they still have a chance to fight. But they got to be careful with how much they're doing. Trying to resurrect Phil, but he's not up. No, there he is. He is brought back up with a slug wave, ripping them apart. So even though you revived them, you're both back down in the dirt. BPS only down to 2.
Down to 2, figuring out where to go because they can't get vision on the outside. An important note, that first kill went to a bunny. So that is absolutely huge for them. What would that be? That I think 4 kills total because they got the 2 and then the KP secured 2 more.
Okay, Nutty
getting
getting that. Pamu, though, was able to get a knock on Demoka on the other side, but we got to keep our eyes because there's 3 teams here. BYM trying to push back onto Nutty, but they lose their members, while Cat now taking over the fray, looking for their own pulls, but not going to be able to connect that from Auric, while Nutty has been separated. Difficult to get the team back together. They're trying to take down Water Drinker, but Water Drinker not able to get their own spike, and losing the Elluna means you lose those additional points, and Cat are down to 3 members. Nutty still looking for the pressure. Krill wants to get to the back line, but he's so wary on how he can play this. He's got to make sure that it's going to be the right time to strike.
Oh my gosh, what a turnaround. I don't know how Water Drinker accidentally got teleported in, if she had a blink stone or what happened, but unfortunate positioning right in the middle of 4 members of Nutty that all are just ready to turn it back.
Okay, but still somehow getting out of the storm, and the pull landing from Aurig, the slam down onto Annie, and Annie is not okay in this one. Cat only have 2 left, but they are being healed up. Kenneth and Lemur trying to escape back towards the respawn beacon, but look behind them. Bun are there too. Galaxy Gay Boy doesn't have the crown, sure, but could make sure there isn't going to be this way in for Cat as BPS does get taken down. But we see Galaxy Gay Boy saying, "Go away, Lemur. This is my territory, my respawn." And BYM are happy to help out and keep Lemur over the abyss as he's trying to fight back, but finding the spike. No way! He takes 1 down and still survives, while Pine up in the north are still fighting it out. And we see 2 teams get eliminated simultaneously, Bun and BYM.
And not only that, but Kenneth also drops, so Lemur is the last one standing for Team Cat, and somehow, despite only having 1 dash, survived over that abyss fight, while 2 teams go down off-screen. It's the off-screen deaths that are the saddest when you're watching peak cinema, such as this Super Vibe tournament.
And seeing how many fights were happening all simultaneously, that's what makes it even crazier. But a corrupted storm, okay. Interesting. We are going to have a change up of where our circle is going. So I didn't even realize that anyone had picked up the Gnarled Heart. But we see that PP pushing on to BFL, who are down to only these 2 members. And this is not a good territory to gain control over. That's why Llama's going to the Fragmented Isles, hoping to survive. But Nutty are playing aggressive. And look at Pine, now ready to strike as well, because they heard the fighting. They know something's going on. And they've noticed the bunny trying to get away back over to the respawn and saying there's no way for this Llama bunny to be able to get away. The Battle Bunny is gone, and same with BFL, while Nutty are still fighting up against Elluna's Pocket Pals, and with the crown being worn by Sarah, she tried to skate away. Q-Sync as well. The pull doesn't land, but it doesn't need to because you already controlled the fragmented aisle and made sure that PP couldn't get in too easily.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. So many great fights going on at once. I don't know how you keep track of it. It looks like was that Sarah has the crown, is fighting for their lives right now, hoping for that additional spike. But what do you do when two of the most aggressive teams we've seen with Nutty and Pine are looking at you? You hope that they go after each other like they are right now. They respect each other, but they are not afraid. They want to fight, and Pine goes in with the aggression.
With a bomb that was thrown out by Saros, and looking at Arig with the slug wave, he was hoping to be able to pull someone back with the rest of the team because he wanted to get past the shield, but the dash in from Krillo, forcing off 3 members away from Aiden. Aiden having to spin dash back with the rest of the team, but still alive as Height with the mobility field is making it a little bit easier for them to kite back away from Nutty, but they're trying to get those pulls. Arig, every time he's fishing for him, but Aiden is way too confident with his shield.
Oh my gosh, credit to these battle buddies. That was, I couldn't tell you how many times I thought somebody was going down for sure. They managed to disengage, be just brought right back up to full health and go back in. This is the fight that never ends with 4 healthy members on both sides.
Constantly they'll fight it over, but this time it's a little bit more dangerous. Second win and a heal on a Height. He's got a health bar that lasts forever, and then dashing in, but no spike from Aura. Got so close with the primal slam, but they've been separated, and Krillo couldn't get back with the rest of the team, so losing out on their shift. Will Cat have now pushed in? Pine, this is a terrible spot to find yourself in. Sandwich between 2 teams. The push in from Cat as Pine tries to go into the storm to get away from them, but it's only you and Spade. Height's caught in the fragmented aisles trying to get away as well. Might be able to escape danger, but Nutty are hot on their heels, and look at Fel, who are also there right outside of the academy, saying, Nutty, this is not your way to enter the fight either. You have to go all the way back to the aisles just to survive, as they were looking for the pull, but not going to be able to land that. Instead, they now have to deal with the fact that Elluna's PP squad have gotten right behind them as well, while Pine still fight with Cat, but only down to 1. As you try to go into the academy, no, don't even try to go for that one, because you want to rely on Height with the crown.
There is only one certainty in Superviving, and it's that you can never count Lemur out. I don't know how he got Cat back up, but they got up, licked their wounds, and absolutely upset Pine and Nutty with the scrap that they had going on. Wow. And not only that, but he was down south, got the position, went up north. Atheos drops Luca Vario. I'm going to let you take it from here. What was that?
Nice. It was a nice use of the arrows. That's what is now Height in a bad spot with only a little bit of health. The hover wings to try to get away. But you are down to 1:15. You can use the fragmented aisles. Well, we see that Pineapple had gotten pushed back, and with Hyde having gotten spiked, they are gone, and they are out at 5th place. And now it is up to Miles on Nutty, the only one remaining. This Saros holding the crown and trying to survive, but it's not going to be too easy to get away when so many teams are surrounding you, and Cat are playing aggressively, pushing back onto Luna's pocket pals and making sure they have to use the ice to survive, while Fel, they too are going to push into the fragmented aisles, try to get any of the spikes they can, and Cat unable to find any of their else. They have to fall back to the safety of the islands before.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and Miles is demonstrating it right now. The target is on your back. Everybody knows where you're at, and he is running and making it look good. As 2 more teams collapse him, there's no way you're getting out of this. Nutty is out at 4th.
Yeah.
It was just rock meets hard place with first eliminated and Cat surrounding you right there.
Kenneth got knocked, but should be revived, should be pulled back. Though they actually had to be careful. They had to use the ult to get away, as Maddie had a nice chilling finale to make it difficult for Cat to survive. And look at where Elluna's Pocket Pals are playing now. They have the northern part, and you have to go through the fragmented aisles if you are Cat to get out of this one. So I wonder if they make the call to try to go up towards the team that is weakened, or if they try to deal with Fel. But it does seem that Fel are actually going away themselves. They don't even want to hold that little bit of land that was down south because they see how the circle is going.
Absolutely. And credit to Kenneth right there. He was 1 foot in the grave. We saw him knocked. You blink and Kenneth is getting a knock as he's brought immediately back by Elluna. Like, you love to see it happen. Took no time whatsoever. And what a great abyssal breaker for an engage. And where are they going to run?
They have nowhere. They have nowhere to run. Though they do have a little bit of time for Afro. He's got a minute. If he's able to find the spike onto Maddie, might be able to save the team. But he's got nowhere to go, and he's pushed outside of the storm. So there goes another squad, and we are down to 2. Team Cat versus First Eliminated, who have not lived up to that name today.
Absolutely not. But First Eliminated has kind of a rough go at it. If you look at the armors, if you look at the powers, they're kind of hurting in both those categories. Try to get a quick glance. Levels are pretty even. Everybody at 15. So I wonder what they're going to do to kind of claw us back. I withdraw my last statement. They all have blues. I don't know if they quickly repaired or if I just mislooked. I thought armor was broken. My apologies, chat. But look, Cat has the position of the gnarled heart right there. So the onus is actually on first eliminated to somehow engage one of the scariest teams in this lobby.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at what they can do, how they can topple Cat, and it would really be down to a pull. But when your Blink Stone Oath is on top of you, how do you get away? Though they do actually take down Water Drinker first, and he's the next one. No way, Fel! They've done it! They've stopped Cat in their tracks. You don't have 9 lives this time around, as Kenneth over the abyss tries to spin dash his way out of that. But the spike from the Penguin from Pamu getting the kills for Fel as they take down Team Cat.
This new update makes vaults a little more important again. They were being bypassed a lot in the prior meta. You know, you'd get them if you needed powers, but powers were so prevalent that they were usually just like, we don't need this, we don't need this. And now it's, hey, we should probably get something because powers aren't as readily available for everybody.
And it's like, because now that's going to be more the free gold, right? You have to think of powers that way. You want to be able to get useful powers for free. If you're able to do that, vaults are going to be a great way, especially if you go for a vault hunter early on, because that's also additional gold for the quest that you're able to get. But we look at situations like right here, when it is a bit of a hot drop. You have 3 teams dropping at Emotech, Nutty getting pushed back by BYM, but BYM actually taking a lot of damage as well. Galaxy Gumball took a lot of damage trying to step forward to help give the team some zone control, because up in that vault that we were just talking about, gold armor available for whatever team can gain control of the vault.
Absolutely. And I think the advantage right there went to the fact that one of them also grabbed a gold armor and they started becoming a little more of the front line, a little more of a presence that pushed Nutty back. And sure, it was kind of like a little respectable chin tap. And I say that as Krillo got a knock up north.
But we see down
they
south
got 2
that
of them.
there is going to be a play on to BFL as well. Bun are playing aggressively, but they just suddenly got taken low. They do trade 1 for 1 at the moment, but BFL have taken control back. Llama was able to kite back. Should be able to resurrect the team, while Toilet unable to stop that from happening. Galaxy Gameboy is going to be stomped down, so now they are down a member. Even if Toilet is aggressive and playing ready, they almost were finding themselves in a bad spot. Llama trying again to resurrect another team as they go for the rings. We're able to barely get to them to escape danger. And now looking for Mocha, who's still playing aggressively. Same with Bun. They've got Toilet on the other side. The pull does land with a slam too to take down 1, but the buddy is alive. Can they get another one to revive? But they couldn't this time. Llama's taken out as BFL now in a bad spot. Up to Sparky to survive. He gets the blink, but nowhere to go but down to the ground.
Oh my gosh, what a re-engage by Bud to go in there and just keep the fight going. I'm sure they felt like they were safe, they were done, they won the initial scrap. It's a 3v2. There's no world that they re-engage. Oh no, they did, and that is our first team eliminated. 2 teams have actually been eliminated. Yeah. I'm not sure who the other one is, but I'm inclined to think it's who... Wait, I don't see Nutty on the board. No, Nutty is on the board. Yeah, I think it's who Nutty was fighting up north because I saw them get 3 off-screen knocks.
Yeah, BYM. So it's BFL and BYM who were the 2 teams that got eliminated. BYM were at 10th place. BFL barely were able to hold on long enough to get 9th place from that one. But 2 teams eliminated day 1, not even night 1, day 1, so early on into the game when we have Resurgence on.
It's true, but I think it's because this is for all the marbles right here. Final game of the tournament. What's your KP, bro? Where are you at? We need to get these kills. So they're just throwing their face at whatever team they can run into. Speaking of throwing your face, here we go right now as I can't see what teams are because all I see is unhealable. But Orange chasing down Brown. It's a Soul Icarus right now who surely this Soros is going to fall.
Yeah, unfortunately, Icarus not able to get back to his team. They still have 3 members up because I don't even see where their Felix is. Oh, no, Felix is there. It's the Void who's not with the team. So they still should be able to hold on to this game, but for a team like SCD, they have been struggling. They've gotten a lot of low placements, no real kills, so unless they could really pop off in this game, I don't know if they have much of a hope, but some of the teams that do have hopes are teams like this one, Fell. They have looked really good, especially Palmu on this Elluna, who's played incredibly aggressively, getting the knocks into the back line. It's going to be a trade of 1-for-1, but Bun now having to see if they can spin and dash away, but the pull landing, taking Palmu out. No Elluna to play with, a broken shield as well. It's looking bad for Fell as they have fallen to the might of the Bun squad.
Beautiful. One disengaged down to this, or oh no, there you go. Fell running off to the right. They look south to see if they could get them. Bun playing out of their minds, 1-for-1. Clutch hook after clutch hook right there from their KP to secure that win. Great, great, great job by them. Again, I'm going to give that to the KP for back-to-back hooks. What a dunk from height.
Ooh, seeing change up as well from the team. Not playing what we had seen earlier, so it's going to be now they have height onto Oath instead of playing Brawl. Very interesting to see from Pine's team kind of adapting on the fly, changing up their style in the final game of the tournament.
You're right, and it's very rare to see height off of the Brawl in a game where there are no picks and bans. Great adaptation, great team play right there from him. Maybe he realized that we're just missing some frontline defense. And in spite of that, he's still playing aggressive. He was playing Oath like he was playing Brawl, just running in there, going for the spikes. I love it.
I think
height is just different.
But I think it's because Aiden wanted to play Bishop. Aiden has been playing a lot more Bishop lately. Used to be more of the Oath. Even before that was Kingpin. Has kind of gone through a couple of different hunters, but really has been feeling strong on Bishop as of late, and has been a great force for any squad that Aiden has kind of subbed in for, because Aiden is one of these players from EU that likes to play in every possible tournament and will sub in for whatever team needs him.
Absolutely. Aiden's been doing this since the early alpha playtest, and he's one of those players that kind of like Lemur or King Nidhogg, he has such a wide character pool that I'm not surprised he has just an insane Bishop to go along with everything else.
Exactly. There's certain players that can play pretty much every hunter. Aiden's definitely one of them, but we have another third-party scenario here for Nutty. BPS to their backs, Bun to the front. That's going to be the Abyssal Breaker with the pull onto the other side with Abyssal Slam. Slamming down Nutty, taking out Clap. No longer that Elluna to fall back onto. Nutty are trying to get away, but BPS are seeing if they can play aggressively onto Bun, who had to use a lot to see if they can get that pick onto Clap. But they are going to be fine. Bun will continue to chase down Nutty, try to see if they can take down the wounded foe.
I'm a little surprised right there that BPS didn't engage on Nutty. They were focusing on the crystal from the Soul Boss. And I don't know if they just had too much respect or they were waiting for a more opportune time. But both those teams were fighting, and BPS just kind of like held back a little bit and gave Nutty some breathing room to escape. I would have liked to have seen them actually engage right there, but maybe they were worried that everything would turn around on them. So again, they're the ones in there, and I'm just here casting from the mic. So they knew something I probably didn't. Oh, ooh, great hit from Lemur.
Yeah, and unfortunately for SCD, now down another member, but Cat are pushed back, forced to grab that dash away with a mega avalanche locking down Pine, who take it back, but it's going to be still height, taking out Kenneth. Should be resurrected by their teammate, though. Not going to be quite out of this just yet. Making sure that Cat are still ready to pounce once more.
That was a beautiful mega avalanche, though, to give Cat that escape. Teleport over a wall, be stuck in a corner. All of a sudden, some giant snowballs rolling towards you. Good job from them being able to at least knock Kenneth, but there was nothing they could do to continue that chase with the mega avalanche staring him straight on.
Oh, as we see Nutty still getting another fight in. This time it's going to be against SCD, and they even get the crown play, I think, from that one. So getting so close to Aurig, having that lockdown, and that pull, gonna guarantee it, because they're gonna eliminate more members of SCD, even if it was almost turned around. They're now down to High Boy. A lone Void against the world, tries to swap away, finds a spike onto one, might be able to get another one. Singularity's been put down, but nobody hops into it. Instead, the swap's back onto you, and another team is gone. SCD at 8th.
SCD, rip in peace. Your Void tried everything they could, managed to get a spike, Singularity hooked nobody, and that was their escape option, was hoping that somebody would get pulled. Oh, great job. Pine Spadestorm's almost dropped right there,
Look
but
at that
manages to
mega
stay alive.
avalanche. That's huge onto Cat, forcing him back again. And the fact they weren't able to get the kill onto Spade, well, the bungee shot only pulls Kenneth a little bit of distance. Not quite enough to actually look for the full pull. But Cat are still down Andy, and they're in a bad spot. Pine are hunting this down as best they can. They want to get that play, but the rings of safety for Cat as they fly away.
Have they chased them around the entire map? It has been Pine Cat, and I think that Mega Avalanche actually came from Cat. I'm not seeing it in Pine's toolkit.
It's from Cat. It's from Cat.
So yeah. It was weird though. It was facing the way that they were running, so it kind of tripped me up for a sec there because I was pretty sure Cat had it beforehand. I didn't know if they had somehow reacquired it. But Cat running away, managing to disengage. Good job staying alive in that 3v4 against a relentless Pine. As Elluna's doing what Elluna does best, try and get Mocha back up right now. Gets Mocha back up.
Mocha's back, but has broken gold, and that's going to be the problem for Bun at the moment, staring down BPS, who have one of the two souls. The other one, this Fortress soul that's behind him, and then Bun having to deal with Grillo, but the pull and making sure that ship does nothing, but the pull on the other side as they try to get the slam onto lava. Now, Elluna's pocket pals interrupt the battle as they are ripping apart Nutty down to two members. One revive will be able to get Grillo back alive, but now you have to escape with claps at your back, and they're getting hunted down. Elluna wants to get the knocks, but Lucavario not able to actually find that dash, nor getting the bungee shot to connect. So Nutty and Clap will survive for one more fight.
Lucavario, ever the opportunist, saw the moment to strike and drop two as a reward. Almost got three with that bungee, not quite enough. And it looks like Lemur ran into another team who ran into somebody else.
There's so many teams.
Everybody is coming. Everybody is around here, and it looks like Fell has a crown. 3 members strong, but only 1 minute until they're 4th, and that extra experience and a free power to go along with it. But that is a long 1 minute they have to survive.
Now you have the Bun Squad looking for him. Bunny Jang and the gang, but the push in from BPS as they take... No, the crown's still there. The snapback finally falls, and it's going to be Pine back in the game. And same with Bun still playing up against them. But Pine were able to kite back while BPS, they run towards the north. And we see down in the south that Bunny Jang and the gang are still fighting against more teams. BPS were in a bad spot, but they were able to get the vacuum to survive and get one more member alive, while Galaxy Game Boy on the respawn beacon, forced off by Pineapple, unable to get the revive onto their fallen Jang.
Strikel Jordan saying, no, Galaxy, that is illegal, and not allowing him. And same with teleporting wherever he was going. Sure, you're hiding in the brush, but they, no. Hide all you want. They see you and they punish you for having the audacity to try and back right next to that team.
And Nutty, they've pretty much taken the spot that was just there from Bun, and this is a bad spot to find themselves in up against Pineapple, but Elluna's pocket pals, they might interrupt this. Clap tries to get back. He picks up a crown for himself, but he's going to be able to survive, and even with the dash away, I'm still curious to see how he got out. No, he doesn't get out. Okay, Clap does get taken down.
If I'm counting correctly, I think Nutty only has 1 member left who is already trying to desperately run away from Pine. Pine, I don't think they're going to continue the chase. 4 strong. And to go back to something you mentioned earlier, broken armors. In this patch, they made repairing armor cheaper. I think it's 500 gold a notch for gold and red armor. So great change, Theory Craft, by the way, because look at this. Although it's broken, it's not costing you an arm and a leg to repair your armor. And Pine is looking very, very healthy right now as we're approaching endgame.
We have 6 teams still up, though. A lot of these teams do have a member or two missing. Not every one of them. Pineapple and BPS are not those teams. And Abyssal Breaker with a nuke behind them. Aiden getting the flank with the hover wings to blast away. And sorry to see if they can take down the Buddy Protector squad. Unable to protect themselves because they're protecting the Buddy for so damn long. Then it's all down to the Bunny. Only one alive as they try to get away. But Pineapple in hot pursuit as it is rabbit hunting season. And they might be able to take down BPS. But Cat fell right before them.
Oh my gosh, if you notice that Aiden, ever the brilliant one, he puts his level 4 in Bishop's satchel, put the satchel in the retreat spot and hit everybody back into Pine. Said, no, you cannot escape from me. Aiden, despite being on EU ping, despite probably not sleeping for 30 hours, despite everything, is still playing out of his mind and reminding everybody why he is the original #1 player of this game.
But Bunny Jang and the gang looking for the pull, not going to be able to land that. It's Abyssal Breaker with the Vortex Charm doing a lot, but Chilling Finale, it does go wide, goes a little bit too far, and it's going to be the second win, trying to survive, finding the side on the other side, as Lucavar trying to get the team back up, but here comes Pine, they're taking down the fight, Bun in a bad spot, they're trying to get away as they kite back over to the Geyser, giving themselves a little bit of distance, but Aiden still hunting them down, looking to see if they can chase down the Bun squad, as they will barely be able to survive while they're chasing down the remnants that were there from Elluna's Pocket Pals, but they're able to go south, and they also will survive by the skin of their teeth.
Jang's squad showing up, poking when they could, and ensuring that the bunny got the kills was absolutely crazy. Escaping with all 4 despite that horrible situation they found themselves in. Pine knowing when, okay, we might have bit off more than we could chew, retreating, seeing a crowd, seeing red, and going after them. This is a wonderful spot for the final circle because although there's not a whole lot of Abyss, there's still a whole bunch of, what do you call that? Acid, lava, whatever it is. And they're having to tiptoe accordingly. I don't know how Nutty managed to escape that with that crown, by the way. I thought Pine was just going to pounce on them.
I think they didn't want to play. They know that there's still a Kingpin on the other side. It is difficult to play into that kind of position, like you were talking about. The lava, toxic goo, whatever it is. It's a dangerous spot to find yourself in, especially up against a Kingpin, because that spike is just as bad as getting spiked over an Abyss. You'll take enough damage to die instantly. That's why you don't want to play. And with 30 seconds remaining for Aurig, I don't think any team's really going to try to play aggressively up against Nutty yet.
No, and that's a really, really, really good point. Nutty, they're one of the top teams we've seen in NA. They always manage to pull something out. So you're right. They just gave them enough respect because right now Pine has the positioning. They have a base camp. And we have another gnarled heart.
Ooh,
just like that. So all of a sudden, exactly, all of a sudden, Pine's amazing positioning is being taken away from them. And I don't see exactly where it's placed right now, but it looks like PP is trying to engage and push Nutty out.
It was Elluna's Pocket Pals that placed it down. They placed it down to force Pineapple over to them, but I don't know if you wanted this fight just yet. You wanted the other squads to be here. Now that Pineapple are here, they're here to wrestle that away with the Vortex Charm landing onto Afro, but he was able to dash away. We saw on the kill feed that Mocha did take down Miles, and they are beating Nutty, who are struggling to get back onto the feed after they got the crown, but PP are also struggling as Pineapple want to take another victory up in this game. They're taking down Elluna's Pocket Pals down to 2 members as Elluna tries to resurrect the team, but here comes the Bun Gang looking for the pulls, not connecting. Instead, they've got the damage onto 1, and they're gonna make sure that they hold the forge while PP kiting away. Keep in mind, Nutty are still in the game too. They did not get eliminated. They might have lost the battle up against Bun, but they did not fall just yet.
Oh, poor Afro thought they had the escape and ran into the loving arms of Bun, who were just waiting for somebody right there in the forge. Great job. Hook barely misses from KP. But then again, it is Aiden. The ping doesn't matter. He's always ready. He has eagle eyes. He has the vision. As teams are starting to position towards this final circle, Nutty, is it just too strong
Just
right
too
now?
strong, yeah.
Oh, man. And that is TWO, not the TOO, because they are hurting as they're trying to figure out what can they do. Where's the crown going to pop? And it is on the opposite end of the map from them with a wall of other teams saying not today.
But Twin, keep in mind that Bun, they are right now in a contested battle up against Pineapple, while PP are only down to 2 as well. So there's all the opportunity for Nutty to find these picks, but unfortunately for them, they don't have that crown. And now Bun go right into their territory, and they're not gonna like this. They thought they had safety. They put down the fortress, but now they have to kite back, and it's gonna be Pineapple who spot them out. So Nutty in a terrible spot to find themselves in.
Absolutely. And I really like that positioning from Bun. They see where the circle is going, and they get a hook.
Aurig taken down, and the tree to deny Krillo away back in too easily. But he actually might be able to survive for enough time as he's going south. But guess who's here? It is Q-Sync and Sarah saying, no way you're getting back to land, not too easily. Well, the bunny gang are still waiting to see if they can go and find the trap on Acrylo, who's over the abyss for a long time using the rings. But when you're spiked like that, the storm at your back, Nutty will fall at fourth.
Oh my gosh, I want to point out something that happened there. If you notice, Aiden got hooked right over where a nuke was dropping, got out, stepped back, realized he couldn't retreat, stepped forward, fought while he could with the sliver of land he had available to him, then dashed through the debris of the nuke, taking the damage but not going down. We have is that a second gnarled heart they just placed? There's no way. That must be the original, and I just missaw.
I think that's the original. Like, it's already like saying that was the case, and now we're gonna have a different one because looking at where it's going, it's over the abyss, and I don't think you can place it there. But seeing how right now the teams are positioning, Elluna's Pocket Pals are still here. 2 members strong, and I'm looking where any crowns are. There are none. There's none for you to grab. None that you could find, though they do find the knock onto Jang. And 1v3! I don't know why you went for that one, Q-Sync. They're relying on Sarah, who is able to skate away from Pineapple. But the pull not landing from Mocha, going to be a little bit difficult, but we do see that Q-Sync finally falls. There is the crown, so Sarah is going to grab that. But now you got to get away from Pineapple there, chasing it down. You had that chilling finale if needed, but it is going to be the spike on one side. And now, again, having to use that to get over the abyss. But guess who's here? It's Bun, and they find the spike. But they got the team, so now they are back together again.
I thought Sarah was going to have to check the pockets because you can buy a most wanted crown in the shop. One happened to spawn, but it was just too little, too late. You had no real estate with which to run. And it was, of course, all the work from Pine to knock away that health bar, and they decided to give the kill to Bun. Toilet with a beautiful ult to secure it.
Made sure they can find that snipe, steal it away. So they get Jang up instantaneously. They had their own crown that they could have possibly played around as well, but a lot better when you can have the instant gratification as opposed to having to wait out the timer.
Absolutely. And now this is the tale, the same as last match, where Bun has where the storm is going to end. They're in a good spot, but that doesn't mean they're going to win. Oh, the jellyfish.
Jellyfish saving Pine's life right there. Just diving in the way like, get down, Mr. President. I got you. And saying, no way. As now, Aiden getting that scouting mission. Still, Hover Wings might have been nerfed into legendary status. That is legendary in our heart as the pull tried to save Bun's life. But the Bunny gang, they're trying to get away with Jang. They're already on the island, but they lose Mocha with a nice blast into the storm. Pineapple looking for number 2 on the day. Out of 4 games, half of them will be Pineapple's victories here. They are the Bunny Brawlers, and they will take down the Bunny squad in game 4. Only Toilet remains, and he's about to be flushed down with the rest of his team as that storm does a lot of damage, and Pineapple getting free damage with a pushback. Hey guys, it's me once more back on the screen, and so now we have the results. We have in 10th place was Scarred Mentally. They got 9 points, only 9 unfortunately for them. They tried their hardest, but 9 is still respectable. In 9th place was BYM, Brawls in Your Mouth, with 15 points. 8th place goes out to BFL, the Bunnies for Life squad, with 31 points. And right above them, in 7th, barely a little bit above them, was BPS, or Bunnies Protector squad, at 36 points. Then we go up a pretty big jump from 7th to 6th place, and that is Nutty, actually at 6th, with 78 points. And then right above them is going to be Bun, or the Bunny Jang and Gang. They had 92 points. So quite a decent sized difference between them and Nutty. And then up to 4th place was Team Cat, surprisingly at 4th place. When you have 2 low finishes, even if you are able to finish first in the very first game, doesn't always work out. They had 97 points. And then now we're getting to the top 3. In 3rd place is First Eliminated. Fell actually got 3rd place. I thought they might be able to crack into the top 2, but not quite. They got 112 points. Now, for 2nd place, it is the Luna Pocket Pals. They were the ones that were able to get 2nd place at 122 points, which means our winners Team Pineapple at 148. Woo! Congratulations to Team Pineapple. Well-deserved win, winning 2 of the games 2 and 4, plus having really good finishes throughout it all. Definitely deserved. They looked really good in that one. It was a lot of fun to watch. And thank you again to Gina for putting on this one. If you can, again, check out the Etsy that my wife has. And for everyone else, I will see you for more tournaments in the future. Till then, take care.